Our culture seems infatuated with lust, seduction, sexual variety. Yet people keep getting married, making that commitment. What's that about? Every year, some 3 million American couples, reasonably confident that the chemistry they feel now will last a lifetime, propose to each other, promising to stay together forever.
Forever, 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 amen.
There are all kinds of ceremonies.
I promise to be true to you in good times and in bad. I will love you all the days of my life.
With this ring.
With this ring.
This summer, Jeff and Joy got married as planned.
Jeffrey, do you take Joy to be your wife? If so, answer yes.
Yes.
Most couples tie the knot in religious ceremonies, accompanied by American traditions like lots of white lace and champagne.
You may now kiss the bride.
Others marry in simpler settings. There are weddings at which there won't be any brides or any grooms.
Brings joy to these brides.
You may kiss the bride.
Or any chapels. This couple felt they should get married in their car. Lots of people seem to need to marry in odd places.
Love and marriage, love and marriage.
Places that have some special meaning to them.
Horse and carriage.
But however people marry, it turns out that having a ceremony is one of the most universal of rituals. They mark the end of courtship and the onset of family life. And for thousands of years, in most every culture, people have wanted this ceremony.
It turns out to actually be highly useful for all societies.
Useful, says anthropologist David Murray, because it marks the spot where a couple's desire and the interest of society converge.
And everywhere you find human beings, there'll be rules and regulations about when you can mate, with whom, who's prohibited, who's preferred.
Every culture?
Every culture. Unlike animals, human beings don't mate with just anybody. We have rules. There are appropriate times and places. That is a kind of human characteristic, is to take our appetites and not just express them as animals would, but regulate them, formalize them. Marriage does just that.
For most of history, marriage wasn't even about love. Until 100 years ago, almost all marriages were about money or politics.
The Zulu used to say this, they are our enemies, therefore we marry them.
Even royalty couldn't marry for love. They had to build alliances.
You took the prince from here and the princess from there, and Spain was suddenly united in an alliance with France.
And ordinary people were restricted by incest taboos and all kinds of cultural pressure about when and whom they could marry. Much of marriage was about providing for the future.
Point is to bring them together, have sex, be happy, have a baby, and the baby is connected suddenly. We call that social capital.
Social capital, says Murray, means the child is now protected by an extended family.
The child suddenly has two sets of kinsmen, the mother's side and the father's side.
Come on, darling, come on.
That child now makes a claim upon both these groups. They have a stake in that child. They have a stake in the durability of that marriage.
You gotta be careful.
But what about love? We like to think that marriage is built on that. But Murray argues that that puts an unrealistic burden on marriage.
Because today, husband and wife probably are both going to be working. You want a partner who's exactly equal to you, same education. She's also got to be your deepest emotional ally, an intellectual counterpart for discussion, and she's got to do the taxes that night, and you've got to do the lawn. That's an enormous set of undertakings that all occur on this one little thin relationship, and then along come the kids, and suddenly you're sleepless.
It's asking too much?
I'm not sure that is a weight it can bear.
As evidence, he says, look at today's Western divorce rate.
We are starting to see that this system of the marriage is beginning to get awfully weak. We need to rethink it fundamentally.
Rethink it, he says, by putting less emphasis on romance.
If I were building the perfect society, I would build one with arranged marriages.
Arranged marriages? Now, I've grown up in a culture where we follow our heart, our love map when choosing whom we marry. Most of us shop around, date, maybe live with someone until we know them well enough to propose. Still, normal as that seems to me, in half the countries of the world, arranged marriage is the norm. Still. And even in America, they happen more often than you think.
Love at first sight, yeah, I think that's more of a myth than a
Jaisal
reality.
Mezwani believes marriage should be arranged.
When you see someone and you get along with them well enough, and you know that they come from a good family, a good background, and well-educated, and those are the things you're looking for in a wife.
Doesn't sound very romantic.
It takes the romance out of it.
Jaisal married Asmita Mezwani this spring. Jaisal's a ceramic engineer who's lived in Montville, New Jersey most of his life. Had he married in his native India, he would have ridden to the ceremony on a white horse. But since he's now in America, he found a more Western way to arrive. What Jaisal didn't find, however, was Asmita. She was essentially chosen for him by family members. 100 years ago, the couple wouldn't have even seen each other until this white cloth was dropped during the wedding. Jaisal and Asmita had at least met. After just 3 dates, they agreed to the engagement. Marriage came 6 months later. The couple hadn't even known about each other until these two women, Jaisal's mother and Asmita's aunt, brought them together after deciding that Jaisal and Asmita had qualities that would make for a sensible marriage.
We thought, it's a good match for the family because it's the same background, same education, and similar type of culture and religion we have.
But what about love?
We believe in love after the marriage, not love before the marriage.
Jaisal and Asmita had just returned from their honeymoon, a week in Hawaii, when we interviewed them and others who offered to explain arranged marriage. So how does that work? Your parents know better, and then you fall in love with who they pick?
It's not so much better for them to get involved, it's just that it's another way of meeting people. When you agree to an arranged marriage, you're at a level of commitment that you're not when you're just dating.
That is probably an alien idea for many Americans, the notion of duty and responsibility, being hooked with our sexual urges. But I think, in fact, that's much more viable in the long run.
How miserable for the kids, forced to marry.
I don't think so. They've built a relationship to each other. And I think that there is a love there that may be as profound and as deep, though of a different quality, than the romantic enchantment that we find when we're 18.
Ali Hassan, a pre-med student now studying in Nebraska, was told by his parents last year they'd found a bride for him in Pakistan. If he married her, they said, it would help end a family feud. Ali discussed this with his friends at school. And they, I understand, said to you, are you nuts?
They were like, it's a violation of your basic human rights. They were giving me all these things.
He flew to Pakistan and married this 18-year-old girl without ever meeting her first.
I saw her half an hour after I was married.
You got married without seeing her?
Yes, because you see, the ceremony was done in a house that is divided between a women's section of the house and a men's section of the house. They made me sit down. They introduced us, and I liked her a lot, actually.
What did you like?
She's gorgeous. I mean, she was all I wanted. Innocent, very, 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 very Eastern. And that's what I wanted.
In a few years, she'll join him in America.
If I do find things that are not good about her, I'm going to compromise. I'm not going to ruin her life.
She's awful? What if she's...
How can... She's only 18. How awful can you get at 18?
She could be mean, selfish.
I don't know about that. Only time will tell when I'm with her.
Most here were skeptical of American dating.
Coming back to the point,
Sing Young is single and lives in New York.
and you say the purpose is to get to know your partner. But we never really do, because in the dating game, we try to put up the best appearance that we can. We are trying to impress the other person, and that's not who we really are. So it takes a whole lifetime to get to know your partner.
Well, how do your parents know?
We are their kids, and they know our temperament. They know what's better for us.
Seema Kuku says her American friends aren't finding good husbands by dating.
Because they're not looking at things that really matter in marriage.
Seema grew up in America and at age 27 got tired of dating and let her Iranian parents arrange for her to marry an Iraqi man, Kelly Kuku. They decided to marry after dating just 3 weeks.
We liked each other, and it just worked out that we really did fall in love.
Love comes. You have to tend to it. Love just doesn't come like that.
What's wrong with the American way? You date a lot of people.
You don't look for the right things in the person. I mean, if it's so good the American way, how come you have such a high divorce rate?
She has a point, though it may be that divorce rates are lower in other countries because divorce there is so unacceptable, if not illegal. Wouldn't it be better if we could marry for love and find better ways to make those marriages work? We began tonight's program looking at the heat that erupts when we meet that special person. That's always exciting and often easy. Now the tough part. After lust and infatuation fade, how do you stay in love?
This is for us, my dear.
Jeff and Joy now begin their life as a married couple.
Love you so much.
I love you.
Will they last? How do couples stay together? How do marriages make it through better and worse?
I was taken in by her.
We wanted to be together.
Okay, very good. Hey! Very good, very good.
He said, let's get spliced. What do you think?
These couples say they're happily married. Frank and Kay Savoldi for 56 years. Passion, they say, is what brought them together. But it's not what kept them together.
No, our marriage wasn't always full of passion, and I don't think anyone should expect that.
No marriage can be full of passion all the time. That's an illusion. We like each other, and if you want to use the modern word, we love each other. We have still have physical attraction for each other.
But what makes these marriages work, say the experts, is the third stage of love, attachment. This is the stage that can last.
A good marriage is like an oriental rug with all kinds of patterns in it.
Here's another one.
That these people have built together, that deep sense of calm and security and peace that you have with a long-term partner.
What else do you see? Anything?
Such good marriages usually require fighting through trouble. Right after Virginia Lewis married 67 years ago, she had second thoughts.
I looked at him and I thought, what have I done? I don't even know this man. What have I done? I don't even know if I know what love means at this moment. And so the tears began to flow.
That's a Pelican, V.A.
Virginia's now 90, Bob's 94, and their marriage, they say, is good.
When we retire at night, we get in the bed like a couple of teaspoons, and he puts his arm around me, and he chuckles and said, this is it, you know. And I feel this is wonderful.
A dream I know can never be.
And this couple says, after 44 years of marriage, the best of times is now.
There is great stuff ahead if you stay on the job, so to speak.
Best. This is the best period in our life.
Yes, that's Jane Meadows and Steve Allen. Allen hadn't started hosting The Tonight Show when Meadows met him. He was just a guy who fit her love map.
I looked across the room. This man entered, tall, dark. I took one look at him, and I said, if that man's not married, he's going to be someday, and to me. And 2 years later, almost to the day, we were married.
Since then, there have been troubles. Allen says you've got to expect that.
Read my lips. There's going to be bad times, and sometimes very serious bad times.
Steve cheated on Jane.
It was wrong. I would have been totally hurt for life if the situation had been reversed and it had been Jane that had become involved.
We moved past all our big problems by going and having marriage counseling, psychiatry, the church, going to classes at the church, finding out you're not alone.
It has been tough, but we have persisted. We are now approaching our 44th year.
Yes. Doesn't it you? Look through.
Yeah.
Are there common threads that keep such couples together? Why do some relationships unravel? And when they do, is there something we can do about it?